So we're doing a feature on a Star Wars suit in the making. I think that's what I seen here. I didn't read through all of this. I did skim through it. This has been sitting in my file for a bit here. So I am excited to have a look at this. We just always have so many emails. So
Right?
yeah.
So this is quite a waffle, as Remy calls it, so bear with me. It says, "Hey there, Remy and Sarah. I love the videos and have been a fan for quite some time. Proved to me that nothing is permanent. My artist Phil Morgan Tattoos inspired me to go for it with starting my bodysuit. His 200 plus hours of Star Wars theme, black and gray on Ben, and it's Jedi Junkie, made such an impact on me that I had to have my own Star Wars-ish bodysuit."
I haven't seen the first one.
Oh, goodness. Went for the trash compactor scene from A New Hope. That's a good scene. To cover not well executed Death Star Sacred Heart on my chest. I don't even understand what that would look like.
Yeah.
Included a bunch of nostalgic Easter eggs in the pile of trash, and falling into the desert scene below. Will work. Still some work to do on the torso, but underway. Back piece is What If, including some Star Wars baddies and little Grogu on the Seeing Stone.
Jeez.
My goodness.
Sounds like a lot.
Arubesh text on the stone says he will join us or die. Let me know what you think of where we managed to get in roughly 12 to 15 8-hour sessions between the back and front torso. Holy cow. I've since blacked out 90% of the left arm from several other artists and wasn't quite happy with how they blended together. Thanks for the inspiration, brother. To make room for more Phil's Star Wars stuff. Okay, so he blacked it out so he can get more of the good artist stuff. Only kept a couple of Geiger-esque female faces on the left wrist, since I have a Geiger-esque Mandalorian helmet on my right shoulder, finished by Phil but lined by another artist.
Jesus Christ.
My goodness. More of that kind of work to be done on the right arm, and probably do a bunch of Star Wars stuff on the left sleeve over black in the future. Thanks for the entertainment, Remy. Always a good time watching the videos. Looking forward to hear what you think of the journey so far, and advice for the over the black sleeve. Sarah, your reading isn't the issue. It's the horrible writing you're reading. Thank you. Thank you.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of that.
Yeah. I read things verbatim. I'm also dyslexic, so sorry,
Geiger
guys.
art is pretty cool. Like Rick, one of the coolest things Rick has had to work on in a while is he did this big Geiger sleeve on a guy, and like that stuff is really cool. Like if I had many arms, I would probably have a Geiger sleeve.
I know Geiger is it's pretty badass.
Yeah, to dig into this, like I do and don't love this. Like I think it's a thing where like we wanted too much, but what's here is nice. It's just some of them are too small, and I'm not like I've watched Star Wars, but I'm not the biggest Star Wars guy. So like some of these characters are readable for me, and others aren't. Right? Obviously, you see Grogu in there, and you've got Darth Maul and Palpatine and Vader. But there are some things that I'm not understanding here. So, for example, I don't know who this is or who that is. And I don't know who that one there is, the lady cyborg-looking person.
Yeah.
But
there's like a Darth Maul. This is
like
a dark side back piece.
Yeah, I assume they're all
and
villains after Grogu or something.
Trying to claim the little Grogu guy. So I'm not I grew up with Star Wars. I like the original series.
I feel bad for people who are like ardent Star Wars fan because the series is in the toilet right now.
That's actually what I was just trying to say. So I grew up with Star Wars. I like the original series. I like the first three. I didn't hate the next three that they did, though I did not love them as much as
they look pretty good now.
I didn't love them as much as the original three. I think some of the novels are really good. I think some of the comics are really good. I think Clone Wars was really good. I liked the beginning of Mandalorian.
Yeah, I don't know. We didn't even watch the third season.
And anything else in this, I liked Rey Skywalker to start, and I liked Kylo Ren, but I think they really squandered that storyline. Anyways, this is not a Star Wars review.
Yeah, I'm not going to get too much into my personal thoughts about some of that stuff.
I like this back piece.
The back piece is nice, but it's just a lot.
It is a lot of information. I think from far away it is really hard to read, but I think he has quite a good sized back.
Palpatine and that hand are pretty fucking cool and easy to read.
Yeah.
The rest of it is hard to see what's happening, but I do like the contrast of light and dark here.
I think I do too.
There's a little bit of muddiness and some of the lightning and stuff happening around Grogu. Like it's kind of
So
a lot of gray shading happening.
For me, I'd really like to see the lightning be bright blue.
Yeah, full color would help sort this out for sure.
Or at least like pops of color, maybe. I don't know. I just really want to see bright blue lightning because that's just Palpatine, right?
But it looks like you're going to be staying in black and gray, and the artist that does this
is probably a black and gray artist for sure.
But the back piece is pretty cool. Like
it is
overall,
wicked.
like
I think it's technically well done.
I really like it. I just think if his back was twice the size it is, then this would read easier for me.
Well, and he already doesn't have a small back. So,
yeah. And then this chess piece is like insane to look at.
Man.
Well, you know what? There's some good stuff in here, but like it's hard to find.
This is insane because okay, if you you guys can't do this because you're on YouTube.
But I'll close it up.
You gotta zoom in on Leia. She is photorealistic.
Oh, they're both.
It is like photorealistic.
But they're just so small.
Micro-realism.
Yeah.
It is insane.
All of the stuff that's happening around them is actually well done too. But
it's just very dark.
This is like why you do big and bold and not these tiny things.
You know what? For what this is though, and for how well the photorealism is done, I don't hate this.
No, it's actually very nice when you look at it.
It's insane.
But what it's putting a highlight on for me is those nipples.
I know.
Those need to go.
They need to go.
They need to be in the dark murkiness of the rest of it.
Yeah.
Because they're like the only thing that stands out in here.
They don't belong in the compactor.
Well, it's not even just that. It's they're the only part of it that like pops.
Yeah.
Is the nipples.
Well, I mean, Luke and Leia are popping.
Kinda, but like when you sit back even like this, you're like, whoa, and then you close up and you're like, oh, Leia.
I'm pretty far back. I
like what's in there. It's just so small.
This artist is like really talented though. Like
but
there's so many little details.
Cover-up stuff hiding in here. I think he said.
Well, he
put some trinkets and stuff in here. Like
Easter
holy
eggs.
shit, there's a lot going on in here.
The thing is like I don't think.
Well, no, Luke's face is kind of vanishing. Like his face is blobbing up on him. Leia's is surviving a little better.
Yeah.
Because these little tiny faces, they always do this. I had a little tiny face on my right arm, and it looked like cabbage and not too long. Because if those little lines smear, that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I wish that I knew a little more about the Star Wars universe so I could recognize some of these Easter eggs. I'm seeing some stuff in there, but...
I like the belly button. Is that his belly button?
Yeah, it's the sand monster thing.
Yeah.
That pit.
What the hell's his name?
I can't remember.
Oh, man.
I want to call it
a Rancor?
Rancor, no. I think.
I don't know if it's a Rancor.
I wanted to call it a Morlock, but it's not.
No.
It's a Rancor.
No, I don't know if it's a Rancor, actually. There's a few different monsters out there.
Whatever.
Whatever. We're just revealing our Star Wars lack of knowledge.
I liked it, but I was never like a huge Star Wars fan.
It's a cool use of the belly button.
It's so good.
And he did the important part. He blacked out the center.
Yes.
So
yes. That was a smart decision.
And then, what is this guy next to it in here? These, little...
is it a little... those are the sand people.
Ewoks.
No, those are the sand people.
Not Ewoks. What the hell are they called?
They're the sand people.
Don't they have a name?
They do, but they're the sand people.
We got a close-up of them.
And they're like...
Holy shit, they're so small.
Are they running? They're running away with a boombox.
Why are they so small?
I don't know. They're tiny
Aren't they Ewoks?
No, okay. So I think in the legend, somewhere the sand people are perverted, perverse, broken, and Ewoks, but they're not. They're sand people. They're crazy. They're not Ewoks.
Yeah. So then we have the Rancor beast over here.
Maybe they're not sand people. I don't know. Whatever, man.
I
They're
like the
little
size
sand
of him,
guys.
but he's not dark enough in my opinion.
They come in the little truck.
See, this, I have a lot of love for this because, like, he's going to be at 900 hours by the time this is all said and done, doing it all this size. And, like, I got love of the game here because he wants to create, like, a whole universe of Star Wars.
Right.
And it doesn't really matter if, like, anyone else can read it from afar either. Like, it's just cool to have these things.
Yeah, this is really cool.
Like,
I
what's
really
happening
like it.
over here
It's
on the
really well
side?
done.
Yeah, there's another one over here.
Yeah, this like scene over. Oh, let's
Like, this
zoom
is
in.
all very well done. It's just very,
Oh,
very
no,
tiny.
This is a sand person,
It's kind of like,
and these guys are the little. They're like the little Ewok guys. The
yeah,
little junk
Ewoks.
collectors.
I said they're
But
Ewoks.
they're not. They're on the Tatooine guys.
Anyway, I think this is going to be one of those like little Star Wars scavenger hunt type
It's so
deals
good.
where it's like, how many different characters can you find in this bodysuit? And like, yeah, I think the sizing on the back is better than the front, but I don't think that this guy cares about having a cool aesthetic so much.
Not a far away aesthetic. I think he likes being a Where's Waldo.
Yeah, I think he likes the whole like the what's in here. Like, have a look, and you see more the longer you look.
Yeah. And then so his other question before we like finish and stop
Tips
talking
on white
about
on
this.
black. I would say that you're out of luck if you want to do this on white on black. Like, if you want to do this over black,
With this detail,
you can't do it this size.
I think you'd have to go bigger.
You have to be much bigger.
Like,
Even some of the
big,
little details
like-
that Rick has done in this sleeve, they're there, but they're hard to read,
I would like. Okay, so
and they're bigger than this.
again, so I know a little bit about Star Wars. So I would, if I was doing a white on black over top
I'd
of a
just
black
do
sleeve, I would be doing
lightsaber fight between two different guys.
Force Ghosts.
I mean,
Like you could do a glow. Like the Force Ghosts are kind of glowy and ethereal and white. They don't need to be super detailed.
I would just have like
You
two or
could
three
do-
portraits with lightsabers
But
done.
that's why I'm saying the Force Ghosts, right? You could do like Obi-Wan. You could do Qui-Gon Jinn, like a couple Force
The
Ghosts.
main thing though
and then
is
have like a lightsaber battle or something.
like this stuff at this size in here. If you do that over black, you're done. Like, that's not gonna happen.
But that's
Like, that is the important takeaway: is this cannot be done at this size over black.
no, definitely not.
So-
That's I'm saying like big portraits, like Force Ghost portraits.
Yeah, you're gonna have to use bigger, bolder sizing for that.
Yeah.
So, but I really admire this body of work because it's just like, it's so indifferent to like what people will think.
Yes.
You know, like it's just kind of, this is all for him and his love of Star Wars. And
Right? I love it.
I feel bad for anyone who doubles down on Star Wars right now because it's kind of in a shitty spot. I think it needs to go away for 10, 15 years.
I just think Disney needs to stop.
Well, they've been like flogging that horse for a while. It's time to leave it alone
Why
for
they're
a
just
while.
firing new series too quickly, trying to get the next big thing instead of really investing in a good storyline.
Yeah.
So